Hi, Lisa K. Donner here, editor-in-chief of LibertyNation.com, and with me today is Scott Cosenza, our legal affairs editor, and the topic of the day seems to be the new developments in the Jussie Smollett case, or lack thereof. Well, maybe there actually is a case now. Hi, Scott, what is the latest?
Who would have thought there would be another additional new case in the Jussie Smollett case, Lisa? This time, the Osundairo brothers, who are the two Nigerian brothers of Nigerian descent, who were in league with Mr. Smollett in hoaxing us, creating this fake hate crimes hoax. And then they basically fessed up to avoid prosecution in the case and told the truth about how Jussie engaged them and basically created a conspiracy to present this hoax. They are suing Mr. Smollett's attorneys, Mark Geragos and Tina Glandian, for defamation. So they're proclaiming that they were defamed by both of Smollett's attorneys and that they intend to recover financial damages from those attorneys.
All right, but aren't attorneys generally protected so they can argue on behalf of their clients?
Well, attorneys are protected, Lisa, with the words they use in their legal filings. So if I was your attorney and you wanted to sue somebody for doing something horrible to you, I could write in the legal complaint about what you told me about what they did, and I wouldn't be guilty of libel or slander or any defamation tort because of that. It's a legal filing, it's protected. But if I just was at the bar and gossiped to somebody about it, well, then I could be prosecuted.
You mean the bar as in a drink, or the bar
right.
as in, okay.
No, if I was at the bar and I was chatting to somebody about it, I could be sued, and I wouldn't have that protection. And these are statements that these attorneys made to Good Morning America, The Today Show, and a podcast hosted by Adam Carolla and Mr. Geragos himself. So those statements, if they're in fact slanderous or libelous, they are not protected communications.
All right. Now, what is your initial impression of the case? I mean, does it have any merit? Is it likely to go somewhere, or is this dead upon arrival?
Lisa, I recall a few weeks ago or a couple weeks ago, we were talking about another widely publicized defamation case. And in that case, it was Devin Nunes. I think he sued the San Jose Mercury News, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned to you that I thought it was a junk case because as soon as I read it, and saw the way it was, literally the words on the page, it just seemed designed like a press release rather than a legal filing. This case is the opposite, Lisa. It is not written like a press release. It's written like a proper legal filing. And they mention with specificity the instance where the defamation has occurred. So I would say it's the real McCoy.
Yeah, I believe you also put it up against the Ron Darling, Lenny Dykstra case, and you said that case probably does have merit as well.
Yes, that was another one not designed for PR purposes, but seemingly to actually recover some dough, which, as we must bear in mind, that's all the civil litigation process is about. It's not about anything other than money. So in this instance, the Osundairos wish for Mr. Geragos and associate to pay them out for the lies that they claim he told about them.
What about federal charges against Smollett? Are they pending?
We're still waiting to hear, Lisa. Let's recall that before the hoax physical attack, there was a hoax letter sent to the studio where Smollett records his TV program, and it included ground up powder, presumably to mimic anthrax. It turned out to be Tylenol in a forensic analysis. But is it possible that that was a genuine hoax hate letter sent by someone else? Well, it seems like that stretches credulity beyond measure. So I think that people, who don't have a horse in the race think that Smollett must have sent that letter to himself or had yet some other third party do so, and that's what the federal investigation will reveal. Because of the presence of the fake anthrax, I think it initially, right from the jump, had already been taken very seriously by those authorities. So it's only a matter of time before we find out what the next, as the world turns, right? It's like a soap opera, this case. So who knows what the future holds.
Scott, isn't it likely that if Smollett posted it, it would have his fingerprints or something on it? Or do you think he went as far as to put on gloves or something?
We know so far, Lisa, that he hasn't been the most clever of hoaxers by using a personal check to reimburse his attackers. He told them to go to a local hardware store to get the ski masks, and I mean, just hey, look, it's hard to hoax a crime. I mean, he's got the whole world picking apart the threads that make it basically not kosher to anybody who's looking at it. So, usually somebody who has their words written for them and the scenes all lined up perfectly, it's hard to blame him too much for not thinking of all these things ahead of time. But like you say, the evidence must be there for these serious forensic teams that are looking.
Well, as you said, as the world turns, tune in next time for another episode of the Jussie Smollett case. I'm Lisa K. Donner, editor-in-chief of LibertyNation.com. Joining me today was Scott Cosenza, our legal affairs editor. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to hit LibertyNation.com, where truth is making a comeback. Thanks so much for watching.